to how to lose weight without fad diets. We're gonna have a great time. Please, I want to make this super interactive. I want you to get the most out of this. So reply back to me. You're asking questions throughout, but let's get it. Let's have a great time. Move on with these slides. So set your intention now, right? Let's set our intentions. Why are we here? Why are we in the room? So I am here because I want to. You want to lose weight without fad diets. Or you may be here because you just want to learn some education about how to start moving in the right direction, how to change your fit, how to change your nutrition habits, how to learn how to do basic exercise. Set your intention right now. Really think to yourself, why am I here? What am I trying to gain out of this experience right now? So let's set some house rules, right? Major house rules. Let me get this stuff out of my screen. There we go. All right, move this chat and all this out of my screen. Perfect. All right, so we got some major house rules, right? These next moments are for you. Block out all the distractions. Get comfy. It's a safe space. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Please ask questions. I will answer all questions at the end, but please don't be afraid to ask questions. Take notes because you may forget something. It happens. I'm dropping a lot of information in a little bit of time. So take notes. And then you're here for a reason. Engage. Get the most out of this workshop. And please share your experience. The Sulaco, hashtag the Sulaco method at Sulaco Fitness, which is me, of course. But let's get it. House rules. Remember the house rules. Be open and let's have a great time. Congrats. Every single person here has been reviewed by our team to assess whether or not this workshop is a good fit for you. Our work is purposeful, it's intentional, and it matters that the people who are ready to make a life change are the people who attend. So you're part of an elite crew to be here. You're even watching this video. If you're watching a live replay, you're part of an elite crew to even watch this live replay. So just, yes, Queen, give yourself a little pat on the back because this is for an exclusive crew. All right, so let's break it down, right? Let's talk about this early. How many of you have heard you need a meal plan to see results? Cardio is the best and only way for you to lose fat. Don't eat carbs. The best exercises for glutes are the booty bands, the hip machine, the jump where you sit down on it and your legs go like this. You need an in-person trainer to see results, or you just feel like you don't got enough time to work out. Which one of these, have you heard of any of those? I can run through them again. Drop it in the comments if you've heard of any of those. You need a meal plan to see results. Cardio is the best way for you to lose weight. Don't eat carbs. The best exercises for glutes are the booty bands and all that other stuff. If you've heard of any of that, please drop it in the chat for me. Just give me a 1 if you've heard of any of that. All right, so this is for you if you are experiencing this. If you feel like you're unhappy with the person you see in the mirror, you need accountability to stay on track, you're unsure what exercises to do to reach a goal, you find yourself constantly low on energy, you're going up and down the steps and you're tired, you're huffing and puffing, you just tired. You want to develop better exercise and eating habits, and you're ready to transform your life. So the things we talked on in that last slide, feeling like you need a meal plan to see results, we're going to talk about that. You don't need a meal plan to see consistent results. Cardio is the best way to lose weight. It's not. There's 1,000 up there. Cardio is one piece, but it's not the whole thing. It's not the whole puzzle. So we're going to talk on all of that as we kind of work through this. But I want you to start thinking of those misconceptions and those things that you heard about from different fitness influencers, all the things that you think that you have to do to get to your goal, forget about it. We're going to learn a new method and a new way to get to there with sustainability, with consistency. So if you're this person, if you're experiencing this, you are in the right place. All right. So we got to figure out what type of person you are, right? Are you a number one or number two? Number two gonna come later. Shout out to Tamala Man. She doing her thing. So are you this person? Truth is, I'm tired. Like, you tired. I can hear a song right now. Truth is, I'm tired. Listen, are you this person, right? You're short on time, but you want to start your fitness journey. You tired. You're confused on what exercises to do to help you get to your specific goal. You're tired of trying different diets, ending with the same results. You want to work out, but the gym makes you anxious. Going to the whenever you go over to the dumbbell section, the free weight section, your heart just stops palpitating because you're uncomfortable. Is this you? Are you? Drop a 1 in the chat if you are Tamala Man. You just tired. You want to quit playing the guessing game. You want to learn the best workouts for your goals. You want to learn the right foods to eat so that you can lose weight. You want to build a better relationship with food and exercise. If you resonate with Tamala, please let me know. Drop a 1 in the chat. I was Tamala at one point in time because I be tired. I'm a trainer, not be tired. I was a Tamala at one point in time. So if you Tamala, let me know. All right, I see one. Hope says she a 1. Okay, Hope says she a 1. Let's move on, right? This next person. She been about it, but she needs some guidance. This is the person that's been in the gym. You've been doing your thing already. You've been in the gym. You've been working out. You show up consistently. You probably a morning workout person. Kudos to you. I be struggling. But so you've been about it, but you need some guidance. You had a trainer before. He probably you had a trainer before who restricted your exercises. He restricted how much you were supposed to eat, told you cut out carbs, you had to cut out sweets. It was just boring. You was eating boring, bland food. And now you got a bad relationship with food and exercise. For you, it's more than just looking good because you've been doing it. You've gotten the benefits before, but for you, it's more than looking good. You want to live a better lifestyle. You want to put yourself in position to be healthier for the things that you have to do later in life. Like I know for some people, some of the clients that I've had, they want to get healthier because they want to be able to run around with their kids when they get run around with their kids as their kids start to get older. They want to combat the diseases that like diabetes and things that that run along in their family. So for you, it's deeper. It's deeper than just the image. You're trying to do something greater. You're trying to better yourself so that later on, you're healthier. You don't have to worry about having to go to the doctor for this random illness and all of that. So if you're a 2, let me know in the chat. If you're a number 2, if you've been about it, but you need some guidance. I've been part of both. Sometimes I've been a number 1. Sometimes I've been a number 2. It really just depends. There's going to be seasons where it shifts. So what's happening, right? This is me. I know I've been rapping. I should have introduced myself already, but let me tell you a little bit about who I am and how this all came about, right? So Stephanie says she's both. I feel that, Stephanie. I feel that. I've been both sometimes. So let me tell you about me, right? My name is Dr. Connie Salako. Sometimes people call me Dr. Connie. I really don't be pressed, but my name is Dr. Connie Salako. I am a physical therapist, a performance physical therapist. I work with a lot of athletes, and I'm an online fitness coach. My day job is physical therapy. My passion is what I'm doing right now. I love helping specifically women because, one, y'all show me love, so I'm gonna show y'all love back. The dudes, they got egos. They don't want to work with nobody. So I go with who go with me, right? The women, y'all are my passion because y'all show up, y'all are hardworking. Y'all don't make excuses sometimes. Yeah, sometimes y'all be making excuses, but y'all don't make excuses. Y'all come in and y'all get ready to work. So I love helping women because of those reasons, right? So I find joy in the process. I love seeing someone that can come in that first day, they're like, Connie, I can't do this. Connie, I've been eating like this. I've been eating terrible the weekends. They be getting me. I'm gonna do brunch. I'm gonna do all of that. And we break that down. We figure out the why. And then they feel like they're not confident in the gym. Connie, I get anxiety when I go over to the free weight section. And then by the end of the time that we're done, by that 6-month mark, they crushing it. They going over there and they lifting with no care in the world. They doing their thing. They motivating their friends to get together and work out. So that's really my passion. I'm a firm believer in educating and empowering you to take control of your journey. We got to be active participants in our lives. That's the only way to really get to your end goal. You got to be an active participant in your life. So my philosophy is based upon mindfulness and lifestyle-based transformations. It starts here. If you don't get this together, it don't matter what else you do. That's just how I look at life. You got to unroot whatever that thought is. You got to unroot to produce better fruit. I am the founder of the Sulaco method. That sounds kind of cool if you let me. If I say it, it sounds kind of cool, right? So how do we get here, right? So I started in-person training. That's me right there. That was my squad. I think it was like my second or third boot camp. I started with in-person training, and it was real cool. Like I was doing real good. Most of my clients were women as well, with the same common goals. They wanted to lose fat, specifically belly or back fat. They wanted to grow their glutes, improve their eating habits, all the major things that I hear, right? But the women were getting to their goals, but I feel like we both hit a ceiling. Plateaus started happening. Myself, I felt like I was helping, but I felt like I needed to learn more so that I could better serve the people that were coming to me. So I took a break. It was at the peak of, I want to say 2018. I took a break, and that's when I went back to school because I felt the need that I had to learn more so that I could better educate the people that I was serving. So I became Dr. Akani, right? Boom. Became Dr. Akani. I went to PT school. Still try to keep my stuff, still try to stay relevant on Instagram and all of that. I was posting random stuff at that time. Like I was just trying to stay relevant. Hi, this is me. I'm gonna post something doctory and then go back, right? So then I went to online coaching. And that's where I was doing all during the pandemic. I was trying to get it. I was doing the Zoom workouts, the sending out PDF programs, getting on phone calls with people, trying to do boot camps on weekends via like Zoom and whatnot. I was doing a lot. I was all over the place. But I was still trying to serve, right? Still trying to serve the same people I've been serving since. These are two of the people that was kicking it with me pre-doctor, what I'm doing now. And we were getting results, as you can see, but there was still something missing. And it was kind of like people were getting results, but once we stopped working, they kind of regressed and went back. And I'm like, am I really helping people? If you have to be with me, if the only way you can consistently see results is if I'm with you the entire time, I don't feel like I'm truly helping you. I don't feel like I'm truly making a difference for your life. So I had to figure it out, right? I had to figure it out. So once I graduated, I kind of went on a journey to figure out how can I get people to really embody these lifestyle changes, really implement these things into their lives so that once we're done, they're still a boss in the kitchen. They still a boss in the gym. They still making those consistent changes and still consistently growing even though I'm not there. So that's when the big aha happened, right? 2020 was rough, y'all. 20, man, dropping the cut, put a thumbs down for 2020. Unless it was 2020 was a blessing in disguise, low key, but 2020 was rough. If 2020 was rough to you too, we here. High five, we here. With 2020, right? So I got depressed, and I was going through it, man. It was rough. I was going through a breakup. Y'all probably like, how is this relevant? Trust me, it's relevant. I promise. I was going through a breakup. I was living alone. I was at school. Imagine this. I'm the only Black male in my class at a HBCU. It was rough. It was a time. And then the Black Lives Matter. It was rough, right? So put all that in your mind. So I was depressed, and I had to go to therapy. And I kind of had to figure out why did I feel how I felt? Why was I creating the habits and the actions, and why was I behaving the way that I was behaving? And that's where I came up with you have to unroot to produce better fruit. There's a reason that I feel this way, and it's that reasoning and my feelings are creating how I'm showing up in the world. And that was my big aha. And I got introduced to cognitive behavioral therapy. 3 core principles, right? You have your faulty or unhelpful ways of thinking. So that could be, like we mentioned earlier, carbs are bad for you. You have your learned patterns of unhelpful behavior, feeling like that you are like life is happening to you and you cannot be an active participant in your success. And the last part is learn better ways of coping with them, thereby relieving their symptoms and becoming more effective in your lives. That's the basis of what I do now. I don't dive into the nitty gritty of cognitive behavioral therapy, but that is essentially what I'm trying to help people do. Figure out our faulty and unhelpful ways of thinking, learn the patterns, the negative patterns that we have started to do in our lives, and start redefining and recreating those patterns, shifting our mindset so that we can understand, why do we think this way? Where did we learn this from? It reminds me of the whole knees over toes, right? For the longest, I don't know if y'all ever heard of this, but for the longest, everyone was like, knees over toes is bad. I heard that all the time as an athlete. Knees over toes is bad. And I'm just like, okay, so you never go knees over toes. And it's the things that we hear now becomes a part of our lives. And then I find out years later, knees over toes is okay. You should go knees over toes. Something simple as that. But imagine you're someone who's heard, I always go back to the cutout carbs because it's a major thing that you hear often. But now you're someone who's heard, oh, you need to cut out carbs. You do a keto diet, you need to go high fat, cut out carbs, go high fat. And now you don't have enough energy to show up in life. You have headaches during the day. You ran into issues where you're having like PCOS, your period's getting thrown off. You have all these major complications from one thing that you heard that may have worked for one person, but it doesn't necessarily apply for you. These are major things. So we need to shift our mindset to understand, shift your mindset, understand, and then change the behavior that transform your life. So I got a question, right? What word would you use to describe your life without stressing over what foods you need to eat for your goal, gym anxiety, guessing what to do in the gym, worrying about the scale? I hate the scale. Me and the scale got beef. Worrying about the scale, or feeling like you got to cut out the foods that you love. Just drop one word. What is a word you would use to do? What is a word you would use to describe your life without having to worry about those things I just mentioned? So, right. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I think awesome is a great word to describe that. A life where you are living freer, where you're happier, where you're better. Those are the things that I want you to experience. So let's go into the nitty gritty of why we're here, right? The Sulaco method. The Sulaco method is a transformative coaching experience dedicated to helping women lose weight without fad diets. We don't do that around here. Get stronger and reshape their mindsets and behaviors regarding nutrition, regarding exercise and nutrition. I teach women like you how to elevate your lifestyle by shifting your exercise habits and healthy diet and mindsets. The Sulaco method. I like the name. If you ask me, I like the name, but I'm biased. So what is it, right? It's a 3-part framework. I like to hint to it like building a house. We're building, I don't want to say a better you, but an elevated you, right? We're building this house. We got our foundation. You got your framing, and you got your elevation. I don't care what house you got. It was just hurricanes in Florida. I don't care what house you got. If you don't got good foundation, everything else that comes after it is not going to work out. So we're going to dive into each part. And I want you to really pay attention because without one, if you miss one step, the others don't matter. That's where your foundations really come in. We built that foundation. Now we need a frame and start putting things together in the right place so that when we go elevate, we're already set. We habits and everything are in place. So let's dive in, right? Foundations. Unlearn your habits, shift your mindset, and then master the basics. Step 1. We getting it. I get excited at this part. So yeah, unlearn your unhealthy food and exercise habits. So we keep talking about these carbs. Whatever you didn't learn, whatever they didn't told you, you need to go do keto. You need to go do pescatarian. Unless your doctor is saying that, no, you don't. You don't have to do none of that. You can eat what you want. It's all within reason. So step 1 is unlearn your unhealthy food and exercise habits. An example of an unhealthy exercise habit is 30-minute cardio. Oh my goodness. Everyone does 30-minute cardio. I don't know why. You don't have to do 30-minute cardio. And some people do it. They don't like it. They just do it because they think they have to do it to reach their weight loss goals. So unlearn whatever it is that you thought you knew, let's just throw it away. And we're going to start learning new things and then go back and see if the things that we knew still match up. We gain in step one, we gain a better understanding of our body. So I tried to update it here, but I didn't have time. But I had a client earlier today, right? It was a beautiful thing because when she first came on, I posted about this on my Instagram. When she first came on, like she was eating all over the place and she didn't really understand why. She was trying one diet after the other, didn't really understand why she wasn't reaching her goals. So we came on, and I'm big on, let's figure out what we're doing. Why we have to start with addition. What can we add to your life? What can we add to your diet before we start taking things away? So we broke it down and looked at her diet, right? And then we got to see this. She was doing 70% fats, 20% carbs, and then 10% protein. That's your reasoning right there. That's why it's not working. So before you go in and go do a meal plan or all these things, you need to understand what your body's doing in the first place. How many calories am I burning in a day with walking? We learn in that first month. It's really learn the basics about yourself again. What does a week of eating look like for me? How often am I exercising? How active am I during the week? Those little things. Then we set goals. It's time to set goals. Small goals where you're setting, this week I'm gonna work out 3 times this week. Or set those overarching goals. I'm gonna lose 50 pounds in about 3 months. Sound crazy, but it's only crazy until it happens. Once you get your foundation correct. And then we gradually increase your strength and lose weight. We don't just throw you in and be like, hey, it's time. You feel me? It's time. You just going and you back squatting 300 pounds. No, you have to start from the ground up. Early on, it's really just getting your body acclimated to movement, getting your body accustomed to exercising again. That's where your HIIT comes in. That's where your dumbbells and your free weights and things where you're not having to worry about like your form with back squatting and your form with deadlifting. It's really just go in, get a lot of movement, burn a lot of calories, lose weight, get those easy wins, and then figure out the rest later. Build the confidence. Get happy with exercise first. So the data matters. That's where the things I mentioned before, your calories. If you have an Apple Watch, that tells you a lot about yourself. How many calories you burn in a day just sitting around? How many calories you burn when you're exercising? The data matters, right? Data as in the information that we can gather about ourselves, the types of foods that we're eating, how I feel. So for me, right, weekends, sometimes I like to drink. Sometimes I eat bad sometimes on the weekends, but I know Monday I'm gonna feel terrible. If I eat bad on Sundays I like to eat out. If I eat bad on Sunday, I know Monday's workout is gonna be rough. I've learned my body. But if I have a good weekend, I know Monday's gonna be a little better. If I eat bad, I know by Wednesday I'm recovered, I'm good, and my workouts start getting better. I've learned my body because I took time to really take the moment to understand my own data, if that makes sense. I hope I'm not losing. So, healthy eating. What does healthy eating look like? It can look like both of these. Healthy eating can look like lemon pepper wings. And my lemon pepper wings recipe, it's good. Or it can look like the turkey with peppers on the right side. It really can look like whatever you make it. Stop thinking that healthy eating has to look like salads with eggs and all these basic bland meals. I eat, okay? Healthy eating looks like whatever you make it. And then body goals. I'm gonna need y'all to start thinking about adjust who your body goal is. If your body goal is someone who is not you, I encourage you to redirect your focus. Because your body may never be that because your makeup is not the same as the other person. And you don't know what they did to get that body. Some people be going to Barbados to get, we're not going to talk about it, but So stop judging, stop comparing yourself, stay on your focus. If you're comparing yourself to your old version of yourself, your body, and you want to use that as your body goal, cool. But only thing with that, You're comparing yourself to a different part of your life. So just be mindful of what your body goal is. Just for me, I want to be a better version of myself today. I want to look better than, I want to be a little more cut here, a little more tone here. I'm comparing myself to who I am today, not who I was, and not who someone else is. Figure out your body goals, redirect your body goals. Mindset shifting and goal setting. This is the number one step for lasting results. You got to fall in love with the process. Like your diet mindset is out of here. It's normal eating. We don't do diets anymore. There's no such thing as a diet. We just eat. We just eating healthy. You got to unlearn and relearn. And then we're going to set some goals to help us keep accountable. That's where the goal setting comes in, right? At the end of week one, I know I'm going to do this. I know I'm going to work out 3 times a week. If I didn't hit that goal, I'm not going to belittle myself. I'm like, okay, life happened. I was busy. I got a kid. I got a new son. I'm busy. So the next week, I'm going to go harder. I don't make excuses, but I try to show up for myself even better in the next week. Set goals for yourself. Which you should never feel like. By the end of this, step one, you should never feel like this. Anxious, like you can't overcome your current habits, uncertain, like you have to be one particular size or the other. You shouldn't feel stuck. You should never feel helpless. You should never feel like you can't make a consistent change. You shouldn't be frustrated. By the end of step one, foundations, you should really feel like you have a hold and you're an active participant of your life. That you can figure out ways how to come over that anxiety. You can figure out, you have the steps and the tools to be certain about the choices that you're making in the gym, in the kitchen, and then just in life. Which you will feel, right? These are the things that you will feel. Confident that you know what to do in the gym. Confident that you can develop better habits and better lifestyles. Better habits and a better lifestyle, a more elevated lifestyle. I love that word, more elevated lifestyle. Energetic, like her in the back. She like this. She ready. She's good to go, right? More energetic to attack life and happier. Who doesn't want to be happy? Happier because you're working towards your goal. You have some guidance, you have support, you have more direction, right? And you're just empowered. You feel lighter. You feel lighter because the burden of guessing, the burden of not knowing is off you. It's on me now because I'm helping you, You just feel better. You feel more empowered. You feel confident. Who doesn't want to feel this way? Drop a 1 in the chat if you would like to feel confident, energetic, happier, empowered. Hearing those words just make me feel like, I can do this. Drop a 1 in the chat if you want to feel, if this is how you want to feel when it comes to exercise and nutrition. So the steps. Step 1, foundations, right? We talked about it a little bit. So now what are the pros and what are the cons? When you go into foundations, you get better judgment for your food and food choices. You're confident in the gym. You're excited for the process versus the end result. If you fall in love with the process, the end result is that much better. I'm talking to myself because just fall in love with the process. The process is beautiful, man. You get great body weight strength. Imagine being able to do a pull-up. How many of y'all can do a pull-up? If you could do a pull-up, drop it in chat. I'd be struggling. Once I get to like 8 or 9, I'd be struggling. And I look strong with them pull-ups. Listen, I'm a big boy. It's a lot to pull up. Imagine doing a pull-up, doing some push-ups, and not being out of breath. You get all those pros. You got to learn how to lift your body. God forbid something happen, you need to hold yourself up for 10 minutes, for 5 minutes. I'm telling you, I'm going down. I don't know if y'all go down too. Some of y'all may be really strong upper body, but the cons. You'll be guessing what to do, what foods are the best to eat. You'll still be uncertain and anxious in the gym. And you continue your cycle of starting over. We don't need all that. Everything on the right, we're going to forget about that. So, the hamster wheel. It's crazy. A lot of us are here where I made a reel about this the other day, like twice last September, right? At the beginning of the month, you're super excited. You got some momentum going. You're ready. I'm on it. I got my new fit. I'm ready. I'm ready to get it on and popping. And a weekend, you went to the gym about 2-3 times. Week 2, you're a little sore. You're sore. You're tired of eating because you don't know how to properly eat. So you've been eating rice and freaking bland broccoli and chicken breast. So now you're tired of eating that by week 2. and your friends actually go out to eat, and you're like, you know what? So you try to, you try to argue with second week. By third week, you over it. And you're just like, the summer gonna get what body it need to get. The fall, I'm gonna fall into this new body later. And you just over it. And then at the last week of the month, you're like, you know what? We're gonna start over next month and be better. And you're just stuck in this cycle. And it repeats. October, we go in November, same exact thing. Is any of y'all stuck in that cycle? If you stuck in that cycle, let me know. I'm looking at the chat. Stephanie said, I need my energy again. Number one. I feel you. I feel you. It's especially nowadays, man. Life is hard. Life is rough. And you just need the energy just to make it through life, to get through your day, you know? But yeah, if any of y'all stuck in this cycle, I know me at times I get stuck in this cycle with because I don't make my own workouts. I get tired. I make workouts with other people, I get tired. So sometimes I get stuck in a cycle where I just go to the gym and I'm not bored. I get bored. I don't have a plan. If you want to get off of this hamster wheel, step one is the best way to do it. So I got a question. What type of house are you building currently, right? You know, we all know the story of the three little pigs. One was made out of straw, one was made out of brick, and one was made out of wood, right? So what type of foundation do you have? Do you have that straw foundation where you're kind of yo-yo dieting? Some days you're going to be keto. Another day you're going to be pescatarian. Another day you're going Daniel fast and you just going to go wild and cut everything out. Is that your foundation? Because when the test of life comes, that house is coming down. Or are you the other person who wants to just skip and do the flat tummy teas? You go to the gym and you really just you want to do 30 minutes of cardio, and then you're gonna do the booty exercises. Then you're gonna get on the elliptical for about 30 minutes. Then you're gonna do the stairmaster for about 10 minutes. What is your foundation of exercise built on, right? You don't do no real exercises, no real strength training, and is that your foundation? Because after a while, you're gonna get bored, you're gonna get frustrated after a month because you're not seeing no results. So, but this house on the right, the brick, they got it together. They on it popping. They did step one where they unlearned and they just took their time. They built from the ground up. They figured out all the bad habits that they had. They know that on weekends they go out with their friends and their diet go out the window. So they know they're gonna set up. They're gonna make sure they work out on Saturday morning, and then not even nothing crazy. They just do a quick 30-minute workout just to, give themselves a buffer what they're doing later. What type of house are you building? Really consider that. I'm going to show you how to build a body that has a great foundation that allows you to lose body fat and keep it off. That's why we're here, right? We don't want them straw houses. We don't want the little stick houses. I said, well, we don't want the stick house. We want the brick. So I'm going to show you that. Cool. Right. So let's talk about this. She was really, when she came to me, we, for, sake of what you call, I'm not going to give her name, but when she came to me, she was really excited. She was actually a personal trainer herself. And she was one of those people who have the stick house where we're doing these random exercises. We're really just doing lower body. And it gets to a point where your lower body's going to fatigue out. You can only do but so many lower body exercises. And it's kind of that stick house where I think she would fall into category 2, where she's been about it but needs some guidance. She's been showing up for herself. She's been working out. She's been consistent, but she's needed a little bit of guidance along her way, right? And she said, I love how the plan incorporated upper body workouts just as much as lower body. I'll be honest, I only used to do leg days because I didn't know what to do for the arms. It's only been 4 weeks and I feel a lot stronger. Going back to feeling empowered, feeling confident. I applaud her because she understood that I know what I know, but I know I need some help. I think that's the part that people struggle with, asking for help, understanding that you need help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. She did that. She asked for help, and this is what we were able to do in 4 weeks. I didn't do nothing. I just talked and said and gave a paper of exercises. I didn't do much. She did all the work. She just showed up for herself consistently. She applied the plan. She unlearned her ways of skipping upper body workouts, and we were able to get results on her upper body. We were able to drop some inches off her waist. We were able to lose some of that stubborn side and belly fat in 4 weeks. Granted, she put in work, and this is totally possible for you too. It's just a matter of showing up for yourself, following the guidelines, and taking massive action. So now let's go to step 2, right? So that was step 1, foundations. Step 1, say be done. We did it. Boom. Step 2, framing. This is where we restore healthy habits, we improve strength, and take massive action. Gotta take massive action. We make adjustments to our daily routines. We start meal prepping. We start increasing our endurance for our exercises. So before, you do about 5 squats and you dusty. At this point, by step 2, we could get about 15 and be all right. We still get tired early, but we doing a little more. Step 2, it's okay. We still building the frame. We ain't elevated yet, but we building that endurance. We building that excitement. You form habits that help achieve your goals. So now at this point, you started to figure out that, okay, before I work out, I need to eat a bagel. Yeah, a bagel. Before I work, I need to eat a bagel. That way I'm going in this joint energetic and ready. Or you know that you're not a morning person. So you stop trying to schedule your workouts in the morning and then being disappointed and upset at yourself when you're just not a morning person. You schedule your workouts for later in the day, you show up, and now you're better. You figure out the habits that help us achieve our goals. One size doesn't fit all. When you understand the why behind an action, you're more inclined to make better decisions. I'm big on, you gotta learn. I'm gonna teach you a lot, you gotta learn. Then you apply. Learning, there was a quote, I forget the quote, but to consume all this information, you could be the smartest person in the room, but if you have no application, what is the point of having all that information? So learn, then apply, and then repeat. This is an ongoing cycle. You pass week 1, you hit, even after you lose that 10 pounds, you got to keep learning, applying, and repeating, or you're gonna gain 10 pounds and then some. To properly frame, you need to restore healthy habits, improve your strength, and take massive actions. Right? What are some things you think you need to do to restore some healthy habits? If you don't mind sharing, what are some things you think you need to do to restore your healthy habits, if you have any unhealthy habits? I know for me, one thing I need to do to restore healthy habits, I love sugar. I'm gonna eat me some cake. I'm gonna eat me some sugar. So what I'm doing for this month, right? I put my money where my mouth is. For this month, I'm cutting back on sugar. After this live, last night was my last day. I had a Reese's last night. I'll be real. So for me to restore healthy habits when it comes to sugar, I'm going to cut back for the next month. I'm going to commit that to myself. So what are ways that you can restore healthy habits? For you, it may not be something as extreme as cutting something out, but it could be adding. I'm going to add an extra piece of vegetable to my meals. I'm going to drink some more water throughout the day. I'm going to walk during my lunches rather than sitting and doing nothing. What can you add to start restoring healthy habits? Improve your strength. That comes with just constantly showing up in the gym, constantly getting that exercise. That is how you truly improve your strength. And then for the last part, taking massive action. All this is irrelevant if you don't take massive action. You have to continually show up for yourself. You have to continually be there for yourself. my man's Nancy, right? She says, Akani pushed, before I go into what she said, I like her because she took massive action as well. So she was working with a different trainer, and she had the same experience that a lot of people have, which is really sad though. So she had the experience where she was working with a trainer, and she just felt like a number. She didn't really feel like she was getting encouraged. She didn't feel seen. She had weight loss goals, but she was being trained as if she was trying to gain weight. And she kind of had a bad taste for personal training. She had a bad taste for online fitness coaching. She had a bad taste for it all. And I know some of you can relate to that, where you felt like a number. You've done this program and they don't even check in until it's time to pay. And I'm sorry that you had that experience. She had that experience. So when she came to me, I made sure to let her know that once you join on and once you become part of the Sulaco hub, your family. I'm on you like white on rice. You're not showing up for yourself, I'm being on you. I'm gonna tell you about yourself respectfully, always with love, but I'm gonna tell you about yourself. Because we all need encouragement. We all need accountability. She says, Akani pushed and encouraged me throughout the whole process. I think it's actually been the first time I'm consistently working out and taking care of my body, and it feels amazing. Remember, we go back to how do you want to feel? She feels amazing. Someone else earlier said they feel stronger, they feel happy. So thank you, Nancy. How do you imagine feeling that way? Imagine feeling stronger. Imagine feeling encouraged. Imagine feeling motivated to go to the gym and show up for you. Are we just talking about doing these things for yourself? It's a great feeling. Who wants to feel this way? Drop a 1 in the chat. You want to feel this way, right? Sorry, I had to adjust my seat. So, back to unlearning and relearning, right? What are all these numbers? Like, what is all this? What is a BMR? What is a HIIT? What is a fat loss? What is a macros? It doesn't really matter if you know what all these means. Kudos. There's so many like terms out there that just bring more confusion. But we dive into these things and make it easily digestible. BMR, for example, is basically how many calories your body needs to survive. So me, for example, let's say my body needs I need to eat 2,000 calories just for normal body function, right? That's all that BMR says. HIIT, high intensity interval training. Fat, most people know what that is. It's just where you're doing an exercise really fast, then you come down and rest for a little bit, then you do an exercise really fast. That's all it really is. Fat loss. It's really just losing the fat deposits in certain areas of the body. I'll get into that later. Macros, just all these random terms, right? Even if you know what they mean, you know how they apply to you. You can know definition of every single one, but how do they apply to you? How can I take my BMR, my macros, my proteins, how can I take that and apply it to my specific goal? The best way to do that is step 1, where we go back and figure out what is our baseline in the first place? What does my body need in the first place? What am I doing already? What's working, what's not working? You can know all this, but if you don't know how to apply it to yourself, it's irrelevant. So I have a question. Do you know how many calories you eat in a day? Just real quick, drop a no, yes, anything. Do you know how many calories you eat in a day? If you don't know, it's okay. I don't know how many calories I eat in a day. I don't count my calories anymore. But I did at a certain point to understand what my baseline was. So now, what I want you to do is reimagine meal prep, right? The numbers, it's not really about the numbers. You can actually consume more than you think and still be on track to reaching your goals. Don't limit yourself, just make informed decisions. A lot of people, for some people, this looks like a lot of food. For some people, this looks like a lot of food. So I see Stephanie said, I used to count with my FitnessPal, but it was too time consuming, for sure. It can be. And that's why I really don't encourage people to count their calories, because it's bigger than that. It's something that's not sustainable. But a food diary is from 1 week, where now I have this, micro data of how much I'm eating, what I'm eating, and now I can make better informed decisions from there. So this is just an example, right? For breakfast, we got oatmeal, some egg whites, some apple. It's about 500 calories. Lunch, about 500 calories again. And then I eat dinner, salmon. Most people don't even eat 3 times in a day. A lot of people eat once, and then they wonder why they don't have the energy to show up for themselves the way they need to. Because you're not giving your body enough, because you've heard that you're eating too much. You need to cut your calories. You need to do X, Y, and Z to lose weight, when in reality, you need to give your body what it needs first before you start doing all the others. Do you know the best exercises to lose fat? Does anyone? What is the best exercise to lose fat? If you know, please let me know, because I'm trying to figure it out. If y'all know. In all honesty, so it's a selling point on Instagram and all that stuff, but the all honest best exercise to lose fat is one that you can do consistently. If I give you burpees, I hate burpees. Burpees is a good exercise for some people. And if you can do 500 burpees, you're for sure gonna lose fat. But if you hate doing 1 burpee and I give you a burpee, you're not gonna do it. The best exercises to lose fat is the ones that you can do consistently. Another one is like that you can spot train. I can do exercises to target just my belly. I can do exercises just to target this little thing right here. It doesn't work that way. Knowing when you address the whole body, these other things start falling in place. We oftentimes try to skip the process and get through. That's where you have to fall in love with the process, because we try to skip to certain points without working through the steps prior that are going to be helpful for building this whole house. Imagine building a house and they forget to put a roof on it, right? Because you're trying to skip to finish it. Now you're done, but you got holes in your foundation. So the framing, pros, more informed food choices. You're no longer stressing over what exercises to do. You feel empowered in the kitchen and the gym. You feel rejuvenated. You feeling good. The cons, increased frustration. You got wasted effort, wasted energy, wasted time. You just tired. Truth is, you're tired. You're over it. And you're still playing together again. You're stuck on that hamster wheel. It's time to get off the hamster wheel. I want that for you. She got off the hamster wheel. She was on it. So this is her weight loss journey, right? For her, I can just really read her story. She started working with me since 2016, back when we was in college. I gave her a meal plan back then, and she just stuck with it. And she's been consistent. And she took that and started applying it incrementally throughout her life. She said, after giving birth, I gained more weight. I tried to start working out, but could never stay consistent. After the holidays, she told herself she was going to lock in and really focus her mind and her body and her soul. It starts with the mind. If you do not buy in mentally, your body's not going to follow. The behaviors start with how you're thinking and how you're perceiving. She took a much needed social media break. There's mindfulness. You got to have to deal with mindfulness. She's proud of her journey, proud of her hard work. Shout out to the moms. Shout out to the moms. And all the people out there adjusting to their new bodies. That doesn't just apply to moms, because you may be, for you, looking how you look now is an adjustment. For you, that's a new body. Whether that's you with more weight or less weight, it's an adjustment, because you're not completely happy within the person that you are right now. Be patient, be graceful with yourself. She said thank you to me for helping her out twice during the journey. But it's really about shifting your mindset first. The body will follow. We can see 2016, she lost some weight, but she came back after the baby, and she was able to do the same exact thing because she had her mind in the right place. To transform your body, you must first transform your mind and your habits. I'm gonna keep saying it. You gotta transform your mind first. Everything else gonna fall in place. So now, right? Step 3, elevate. This is the best step. This is where it gets fun. You got your we build a sustainability and consistency. You got structure to create repeatable habits, because we've been doing it, step 1 and 2. Now it's autopilot. We just don't. We increase the difficulty of our workouts to match our new level of fitness. So Miss Lady that was getting tired with 5 squats, we about like 20 now, and you good. And you hitting it hard. We lifting weights, we getting after it. Your workouts is difficult, but you breezing. It's cool breeze, you good. We built that lifestyle we could sustain. Now I know I can only work out 3 times a week, and I'm gonna meal prep on Sundays, and I'm only gonna meal prep 1 meal, which is lunch for Tuesdays, because I know on Tuesdays they be bringing snacks and all this kind of junk to the office. Super sustainable. You're not meal prep queen where you got to meal prep everything. You're doing what is sustainable and what is working for you. So without foundations and framing, it's like building a house and forgetting to add a roof, right? Remember that analogy we used earlier? You're going to have holes in your foundation. You're going to have holes in your frame. It's just not going to work. Elevation, the full thing comes together. Your foundations, your framing, we didn't elevate it. We on autopilot. We go. We having a good time now. The goal, right? Develop habits that become innate actions over time. So it's autopilot. I don't have to think about these things. I'm just making it happen. You increase your energy and your confidence. Stephanie mentioned she wanted to be more energetic and was tired of being tired. So increasing your energy and your confidence, those are the goals of elevation. Leverage your consistency to build a lifestyle with long-lasting, sustainable results. That's a lot of words, right? But I love that statement. We're using the things that we've developed to help us elevate our lifestyles for long-term. That way, when you're done working with me, you're able to continue these things on your own. You already have the habits. You already have the You already have the know-how to continually show up for yourself, to continue to put things in place so that I'm consistently losing weight if that's my goal after. So sustainability. Let's use an example, right? You want to lose 20 pounds. I'm nearing the end. Nearing the end. Thank y'all for hanging with me. So you want to lose 20 pounds in the next 2 months and find a routine that fits your busy schedule. What are some sustainable actions that you can take? Drop something in the comments. So you're trying to lose 20 pounds, right? If that's you, or maybe whatever your goal is. What are some sustainable actions that you can take today to help you lose 20 pounds? And granted, you know we're not going to lose all 20 at once. What is the sustainable action you can take today? Drop it in the comments. Let me see. Oh, I'm going back. See, look, I'm getting excited. I'm moving too quick, too soon. As those comments roll in. So one of the things I think you can do today, apply the information that you're learning. I hope this is helpful for y'all. If it is helpful, please let me know, but I hope this is helpful. Apply the information you're learning and go back and learn your habits. I think that is the best action you can take today, is to go ahead and apply what you're learning. Sustainability. Lay. Going back to figuring out a schedule, right? So Lay, she was a correctional officer. And you know, they schedules all over the place. So this sometimes she don't get home till about 9 in the morning. She worked the overnight shift. Other times she get home and it's like 5 o'clock in the middle of the evening. So her schedule's all over the place. So it's hard to find a sustainable, it was hard to find like consistency in her eating, consistency in her lifestyle. So what we did was we created a skeleton of, okay, we're only going to work out 4 times a week, right? But we're going to adjust this based on what your weekly schedule looks like. She gets her schedule every Sunday. So on Sunday, we have our 4 workouts and we plan them into where we need to be. And then we adjust her eating. So we know when we're eating at night, where we have night shifts, our eating's going to look one way. And where we have day shifts, our eating's going to look another way. Rather than giving her a skeleton of saying, hey, here's this meal plan, go live your life. Here's this workout, go live your life. We give her the tools and teach her how to apply that to her daily habits and how it applies to her specifically so that she can create something that's sustainable, because that's the goal at the end of the day. And that's what we did for Lay. And as you can see, it worked. She was able to lose some fat in certain areas. She was happy at the end of the day. And that's the goal, to be happy, right? Consistency. If you don't show up for you, who else will? Just remember that. That's all I got to say for that. What is one thing keeping you from being consistent? You don't have to answer in the chat unless you want to. Go ahead and answer in the chat, but really ponder on this. What is keeping me being consistent? Is it that you need help? You need plan? You need structure? You need someone who's in the back of your mind just telling you, hey, I need to go do this. You need to go show up at the gym. What is one thing keeping you from being consistent? Is it your mindset or the behaviors that you've continually been doing? Let's talk about my man's Kiana, right? So for her, she said it's always been difficult to find a workout plan to work for her and her schedule. So her consistency was just all over the place because she would do a plan, but then life would be life, and she wouldn't have time. So it was hard to find something flexible enough for what she wanted to do. She was one of the people that trained with me before I went back to school. So she trusted me enough to come back in this new thing of online coaching. She said that I made it easy for her to dedicate 3 to 4 days out of the week to working out by providing videos, meal plans, constant communication with me directly, and most importantly, my support. Having support and encouragement goes a long way for the empowerment. It's all about building something that is sustainable for you, building something that fits your schedule. That way you can consistently show up for yourself, like the last slide said. She said, with Akani's knowledge and expertise, I have seen progress in my form, knee strength, all that stuff. All of the things that she wanted to reach. She looked good. She felt good. She was moving and grooving because we created something that she could sustain for her life. Elevation. Haha. Lifestyle change. Pros. Your life is elevated. It says it in the, you feel me? You're healthier. You got a healthy relationship with food and exercise. You're happier. You're feeling good. You're happier, right? You no longer got to start over. So we're getting off the wheel. Forget that. We're getting off the wheel. We're not in no cycle no more. We ain't frustrated. That momentum we got the momentum going. And you got to transform body and mind. The cons, you can read them, but we're not gonna dive into the cons. But we're gonna focus on the pros because I know y'all are gonna elevate. I know every single one of y'all watching this video, watching the replay, you're gonna elevate because you don't want the other side. So I asked, are you ready to get out your own way? Please let me know. Just drop 1,000 yeses in the chat. Are you ready to get out your own way? Just a couple yeses, please, in the chat. If you're watching the replay, just say yes to yourself. Yes, I'm ready to get out. Stephanie said yes. See, I'm rocking with you. I knew me and Stephanie were gonna get along. She communicating with me. You feel me? I'm gonna look at the other chat, just make sure. Me and Stephanie, we here. So she ready to get out her own way. Love that. Ready to get out her own way. All right. I was ready to get out my own way as well. And that's the only way that you could get to the point that you're trying to get. Sometimes the major roadblock in our success is ourselves. That's a word. Someone say amen. Okay, church. The Salako method. All right, stop kidding. Like we said earlier, she transformed the coaching experience dedicated to helping women lose weight without fad diets, get stronger, reshape their mindsets and behaviors regarding exercise and nutrition, utilizing our 3-part framework: foundations, framing, and elevation. The beauty of it all. What are my values, right? I love what I do. What are my values? Empowerment. I'm big on placing the power back in your hands. You're going to be an active participant of your life. If I had anything to do about it, I want you to know you not only have the control, but the ability to create sustainable habits and improve your overall quality of life. You got the power. You're a boss. I make it a thing to call in my post to say boss women. Talking to my boss ladies, to my boss women. I say that because you are a boss. You are the CEO of your life. You are the CEO of your actions. Life isn't just happening to you. You are in control. It's just a matter of owning it. Accountability. Oh, listen, it's tough love over here. We family now. It's tough love, right? We understand the excitement may fade. At the beginning of the month, we jump. When you get something new and shiny. Like when I got my car, I was like, yo, this joint is amazing. Now, 2 months later, I'm trying to sell it because my car note crazy, right? So, we all need the accountability. If you don't have to achieve everything on your own, we got to get out of this habit of I'm self-made, I done got to here by myself. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to have people supporting and pushing you along the way. And that goes to the last part, quality. I don't play. What I'm giving you is quality. I provide quality services, there's no I in team. We provide quality services that consistently gets clients to their end goal. I don't have multiple services. We didn't create multiple services because we want to ensure that each client gets their adequate time, adequate attention, and their adequate needs. When you got too much fluff, there's a lot of things that get lost in the mix of that, right? So it's straight quality. What you're getting is the essentials to help you get to that weight loss goal. The Salako method. When you join, right? So when you join, you get ongoing support. You eat the foods that you love. Who don't love lemon pepper wings? You work out specific to your goals. You never got to start over again. Say it to yourself. Today is the last day that I'm starting over. I'm not doing that no more. We're not doing that. I'm never having to start over again. Today is the day that I start and continue. You finally lose your next 10 pounds. If you want to lose more than that, for sure. But let's start with 10. You never stop seeing results. And see, that's where people trip up. I'm not just talking about the physique. You start thinking different. You start showing up in the world different. People start noticing that you're happier. I think that's the best part when people are like, you got that glow. And it's like, well, I'm just eating healthy. I'm just, living good. You want that glow. You want that liveliness back in your life, right? That's priceless. I don't care what you do. That's priceless. If you don't, you're doing it alone. You're restricting your foods. You uncertain in the gym all over again. You prolonging your goals. You got the fad diets. You just stuck. Okay, that's why you got on here. If you leave here the same way you got on here, I'm sorry. That's you if you don't. I don't want that for you. Join a community of women just like you who are reaching their goals in a sustainable manner. I sprinkle these pictures throughout because it's all about a community. You're not doing this alone. I know I'm a man, so trying to operate in this space, I like to create a community. That way, you're not just hearing these things from me, right? You get to hear from other people who's been through it. You get to go along this journey as a group and as together. Nan care. So she says these past couple weeks have been challenging, but in a good way, right? I had her doing different workouts in ways that she hasn't done before. Fitness should be fun. This is one of the people that's been about it, but needed some guidance. She's been doing it, but she needed to do it in a different way. She wanted to have fun. She got bored, and that happens. You get bored. Sometimes you need to spice it up. Sometimes you need to mix it up. Her eating habits got better. She started seeing amazing results so far, as you can see in the picture. Um, she thought she knew a lot about the gym and fitness, but I humbled her. That's never my thing. I'm not trying to humble y'all, but that's where the quality comes in. There's a level of what we know. And sometimes there's a level of when you start to gather that information, you start asking yourself questions of, was I doing this correctly? Can I do it differently this way? That's really where that comes in. Danielle, another person, right? Hey, thank you so much for the 8-week program you built. Danielle, she was the one that started with me in 2016. I really appreciate my repeat customers because it just lets me know that they found quality in the first part when I was like still learning. And now when they come back, it's like it's double time. It's like, yo, let's take what we've done before and let's maximize it. So gave her 8-week program, crazy results on how toned her body was. She was always the one who stayed away from the weight section because she didn't know what to do. She was anxious. It's cool. Program helped her so much. Now she a boss. Literally, she is a boss. She be on YouTube. She doing her thing. She's a boss. She loves weightlifting now. That's amazing. I love those little things at the bottom where you can kind of tell that people are happy about their results, not even just a physique. Like she's happy to be able to go into the gym and feel confident. She's happy to lift weights. Who gets happy to lift weights? Me. More transformation pictures of women who made the commitment to themselves and just showed up consistently, right? So these are some of the things that come with the Slockabet. Monthly check-ins. You get monthly and weekly goal-based on exercise and eating habits. We create those. And that's where you kind of, the goal weight of 180 pounds, your daily nutrition goals, your progress photos and body measures, because we have to track these things to see, are we making progress? Or do we need to throw the whole kitchen away and start over? You don't know that if you don't track. Beginner-friendly workouts with video examples. That's where people who always say, I need an in-person trainer. No, you don't. You just need some guidance. You need some accountability. You need some extra support. If you don't understand a workout, we have videos for it. If you still don't understand it, we set up times to walk you through the exercises while you're performing. All you need is support. We want to empower you to not feel like you need someone there all the time because you are a boss. You're better than that. You don't need all that. Simplified nutrition. I don't give meal plans because I want you to be a boss in the kitchen. It's the same thing. I'm going to kind of repeating myself, but I want you to be a boss in the kitchen. I give you meal guides. That way you have some examples and some ideas, but now it's not just this paper that you're reading off and robotically doing. Now it's like, okay, I know I can eat this, this, and this. So I'm going to take this from this paper, this from here, and create my own meal plan, my own things that I want to eat. So we simplify nutrition so you're not in there just like, oh, I don't know what to eat, so I'm gonna eat rice, broccoli, and some dry chicken breast. Live coaching calls. This is where we hop on as community. We hop on, we get it popping, and we kind of just come together and really listen and understand and kind of dive into each other. You get to build off of each other, right? You get to learn from each other. That's where the live coaching calls come in. They're really good. Ongoing support. As you can see, I told you I'd be on you. So I texted one of my clients, right, and was like, I just send out some encouragement. This meal prep, I need you to get right, and they did it. Getting started, you can see the excitement, like the exclamation points, the better. Oh, Sergeant, I was getting on it because I'm like, all right, listen, you said you had these goals, but you're not eating what you're trying to eat. You're not eating the way your goals are set up. And then she sent me better. She was being petty, but it's okay. But you could see, and I was petty back. I could cry. You see, it's fun. We having fun, but we still working towards our goals. This kind of summary, right? So goal and body metric reports, monthly check-ins, video explanations, simplified nutrition, coaching, and support. Client review.
The cool
These
thing
are
about
fun.
the Trainer
Oh my
App
gosh, they're
Fitness app
playing.
with Dr.
Just listen
Connie,
to
it
this.
allows you to see
This is
your
fun. I'm going
workout.
to restart this. Oh my goodness.
The cool thing about the Trainer App Fitness app with Dr. Connie, it allows you to see your workout in full and complete your workout seamlessly. There's videos to show you in the event that you don't know what the workout looks like. You're able to count your reps. You're able to input your reps as well as your weights. So over time, you're able to see yourself go up in weight and in reps. It allows you rest periods set at times for you. It also allows substitutions in the event that you don't have access to whatever equipment or machines that you need for that actual workout, as well as anything else. That way, when you finish, you can say, "Hey, coach, this is me." You're also able to track your calories and as well as track your steps and active burn calories so you can have your fire body by the end of the summer.
And now let's play this.
Rise Fitness app with Dr. Connie is actually the meal portion. You're able to put in pictures, take pictures. It'll pick up whatever food is in the picture. It allows you to enter specifically what you're eating, whether it has a side or whether it has a topping, the portion sizes, as well as the brands. So you're able to determine your calories for the day, as well in turn simultaneously determine if you're in a caloric deficit depending on the calories you burn. But do remember everything you put in is also seen by the coach. So
what you're saying? No, seriously.
Every fried food, every drink, and the lack of water that you have, he is going to see that. We have goals to meet, sis. So make sure you stay on that train.
That's dope, right? That kind of just summarizes. That way you're not just hearing from me. I didn't ask her to do that. She went ahead and did that, and I thank her greatly for that. Shout out to Devin. So yeah, I'm on you. I'm your family. I'm on you. I'm in your business. Because that helps. One, it keeps you accountable. Now it's like, I ain't gonna eat that because I know he watching me eat that. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat this. So it helps with the accountability. Why is all this necessary, right? Because I want to guarantee at the end that you will be able to reach your goals. And it's necessary because the lifestyle takes time and consistent effort. It's going to be a process. You have to love the process. We want you to achieve your results that you can sustain and not just get there and then lose it all because you got there too quick or the wrong way. Life happens. You need support along the way. You need someone constantly rooting you on or someone to pick you up when you feel like you want to give up. We want you to feel supported. I'm family. Come here, give a hug. I'm here. I got you. Program time frame is 6 months. Why? Because it takes time. Those first 2 months is really where we're unlearning, we're relearning, and then starting to apply. That's where the learn and the application comes in. And it really takes, minimum, it takes 4 weeks to see any type of consistent results. It takes 4 weeks to gain strength. This is research. So that's why the program, each phase takes about 2 months. That way you're gradually getting to that end goal and something that you can sustain. A lot of times we want to rush the process because we're so quick to get to the end. But then you get there and it's like, what? I haven't learned nothing. And I'm going to have to restart this whole process again. So common myths, let's break it down, right? Let's go into some common myths. Now isn't the best time. Why is now not the best time, right? You feel like you're too busy, but you're unhappy. You don't like the person that you see in the mirror. You're tired of I know you're tired of feeling how you're feeling. So why is now not the best time? If we keep putting off our goals because life is picking up, because these other things, we keep putting all these other things above ourselves, you're going to keep walking around unhappy. You're going to keep walking around unsatisfied. You're going to keep having the victim mentality of life is just happening to me and I can't be an active participant, right? So I question you for those who feel like now isn't the right time. Are you willing to stay in the same place? Are you willing to remain the same way that you showed up for this for this webinar? Are you willing to remain in that same spot, that same feeling? Next thing, people can't afford it. I understand life is hard right now. Things is rough. It's crazy outside, but I do question. I always, like me, I'd be like, I can't afford things. Then I look, or I done ate out. Them boil bags, who they be getting me? Me and my wife, we eat a boil bag. That's like $100 right there. And then we'd be like, yeah, we broke, babe. I'm like, no, we're not. We just spend money on things. We prioritize the wrong things. So it's really about what is your priority? Do you prioritize your health? Do you prioritize your well-being? Do you prioritize how you're showing up in the world? If you're able to prioritize those things, we have the ways, we have the means. It's just a matter of finding out what we prioritize more. For you, sometimes you may prioritize that bag, and that's okay. You've earned that. But is that bag going to get you to your end goal? Is that bag going to help you feel better a month from now when you're out of breath going up the steps? That bag ain't going to carry you. Another thing I hear often, I want to build some momentum before we start. That way I can, I can make sure I'm ready and show up. That's what I'm here for. I'm a momentum. I'm gonna push you. That's what I'm here for. You. It's always not to get spiritual, but it reminds me of like we talk about the Bible, right? Not to get super spiritual, but I'm Christian. It is what it is. We always talk about going to God, not saying I'm God, pause. But we always talk about being a Christian is just saying I need to get right before I go to God. I need to get my life together before I go to God. And it's like when you go to that person, when you go and show up, then you start learning and things. You get support to get where you need to get, right? So I'm essentially using that to say that you don't need to get yourself together before you show up. Show up as you are, and I will help you get to that end goal. You'll have the support to get where you are trying to get. You have the encouragement and the guidance to get what you were trying to get. You don't need to wait to build momentum. And then you need an in-person trainer. Touched on this a little bit, but you don't. You just need some support. You need some guidance. You need to feel empowered in that you are a boss to show up in the gym and go handle your business. So that being said, if you are ready to elevate your lifestyle, right? I need you to schedule your enrollment call today. There are limited slots available. What I'm going to do is go ahead and drop this link. And I'm drop this link in the chat. And what I want you to do is go ahead and schedule your enrollment call today. If you're ready to get out your own way, I encourage you to do this. A lot of you, you've mentioned throughout here, you want to be more energetic. You're tired of feeling how you're feeling. You're that number one person where you're tired, you're over it, you're tired of being stuck, or you're that number two person where you've been there, you've been about it, and you really are tired of just having life happen to you, and you want to be an active participant in your life. You are ready to make that step and elevate your lifestyle. So I've dropped the link there. I'm gonna hang around for about a couple minutes. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have questions and you don't want to put it on this here setting, feel free to DM me at Salako Fitness. When you join, remember you get ongoing support. You get to eat the foods that you love, work out specific to your goals. You never have to start over again. You finally lose your next 10 pounds, and you never stop seeing results. Stephanie says she can't see the link. Let me type the answer. There you go. Send. Okay, I just sent I just typed the answer.